Hello guys and welcome back to another video. My name is Kim aka Geekerella and we are going to be going through January comics today. It's already March!
Shut up!
Yes, as per usual I'm super behind in my comics, but I'm getting so much better. I'm almost done all of the 2017 comics, so I'm just like pumping through them all, and so I don't have a massive pile to show you guys today, but it is pretty decent. Like, it's pretty decent. There we go. So I'm going to be going through these ones and showing you what I picked up for the month of January. So as per usual, let's start off with DC Comics, which is like 99.99999% of my hauls anyway. Starting off with the Super Fam, I have Superman issue number 38. They also have Superman issue number 39. This series is so great at the moment because you'll know if you're reading Super Sons, it's connecting so much across both titles, and we've got John, we've got Superman, we've got the whole Superman family, we've got Batman, we've got Damian involved, we've got Tim Drake involved. There's just so much happening. It's pretty freaking exciting. Next up in the Super Fam, I have Action Comics issue number 995. They also have Action Comics 996. I really love that they have brought Booster Gold into this, and obviously the whole Oz effect thing is still in play with Action Comics, and there's a lot of remnants. You know, Superman's trying to find out if he actually is Jor-El, what is happening. He goes back in time, does all that kind of stuff, and I'm finding it actually kind of funny at the moment because Superman's being a little bit of a baby. Like, of course, yeah, he wants to go back in time, find out if Jor-El / Oz is telling the truth about the fact that he's his father and all that stuff, but you know, he's doing it and kind of like knowing that he's ruining kind of time, and it seems kind of strange that Superman would kind of, you know, just disregard that fact and be like, no, you know, have a selfish purpose saying nothing matters, I just need to know if this is true or not. So I kind of like that they've brought this aspect in because it shows that he's not human, but he has that human aspect to him because I think it's present in everyone that not everyone's perfect. So I like that they're kind of portraying this role of Clark in Action Comics, so it kind of shows that he's not this perfect, amazing person, because everyone thinks that Superman is this, you know, amazing Boy Scout, doesn't do any wrong. He does wrong. It's absolutely true. So I do love that they've kind of brought this in, and Booster Gold is like the voice of reason. That's kind of fun, but it is a very good comic. I do suggest picking it up. It's going to be pretty epic for the number 1000 issue, so definitely jump on that. Next in our Super Fam, I've got Super Sons issue number 12. I have gone on about this series for like a million years. It is just really cute, really cool if you're, you know, a big fan of Batman, Superman, if you like the Teen Titans, because the Teen Titans are in this a lot. Next we have New Superman issue number 19. This is so good. I actually really like this series. This is one of my favorite Superman series, and it's not even really about Superman. This is all about a Chinese Superman who's been given Superman's powers, and he is Superman in China, obviously, and they've also created these other kind of mimic superheroes of the American superheroes, but they're Chinese. So it's basically a Justice League of China, and it's just so much fun. They have so much Chinese culture and issues in it, and it kind of gets you to learn a little bit more about the country and that kind of thing. So I do suggest picking this up. It is a really fun read. I don't think I've read one issue of this so far that I didn't like. It's definitely a fantastic series, and you know, like 5 stars all the way. Next we're going to jump into the Bat Family. I said I was going to pick up Detective Comics, and I've literally got 7 issues or something over there that I haven't read from 2017. So I've got new issues of Detective Comics that I still haven't read. So I think after, well, I've also picked up my comics for February. I think after February, I'm just going to read through all of Detective because I want to find out if I'm actually liking the series or not. I feel so weird picking up this series and not knowing if it's actually good or not because I haven't read it. So, I have Detective Comics 972 and Detective Comics 973. I did want to be reading an ongoing Batman, so I did say I would try to stick with that. So I don't really have anything to say about the series because I haven't caught up yet. Next issue I have is Batman White Knight issue number 4. I have all issues of this and I haven't even started it yet. I've heard really good things about it, so that's great. But I'm going to jump on this series probably this week and get super up to date because I am very behind in this. And it's coming to a close because there's only 8 issues of this one, so I'm really looking forward to getting stuck into that one. Next issue I have in the Bat Family is Nightwing, The New Order, issue number 6. This is the finale of this series. I've caught up, so I read issue number 5, and I really like this kind of elsewhere story, like alternate storyline. It's been a lot of fun so far, and I've really enjoyed all the different characters and how the circumstances in the story have affected all of them. Look at this cover, it looks absolutely beautiful, so colourful and amazing. So I am looking forward to see how they wrap this series up. Next issue I have is another great love, which is Batgirl, issue number 19. I really love this series, it's been a lot of fun. I'm a big fan of Batgirl, she's one of my favourite female superheroes, and Hope Larson is literally a fantastic Batgirl writer. Like, she is definitely one of my favourite. I've only read a tiny bit of Gail Simone, but I'm feeling that I kind of like Larson's stories a little bit more, probably because I feel like the storylines are a little bit more chill and not as intense, and not kind of put so much. I feel like Simone's Batgirl at times puts a lot of pressure on the character. She has to achieve something, like she has to prove something, whereas Larson's one is a little bit more laid back and she can be her own person. So I do like that about Batgirl, because I don't think it's about proving yourself, even though she is kind of in a man's world. If you think about like the Bat family, they're mostly all men, but I don't think she has anything to prove. Everyone respects her, so I do like this series, and I feel like it portrays her character very well. Next issue I have is Wonder Woman, issue number 38. Now this is the last issue I picked up of this series. I'm going to read this one and probably end it. I've just really dropped off this series ever since Greg Rucka left. I've just not been interested. I tried to give it a chance, but I just could not. I was getting so bored with the series. I mean, you know how Wonder Woman's brother came into the series, I thought, okay, there's going to be something new and different, but he was just so boring and so predictable, and all the other characters, and I was getting a bit upset because I absolutely love all the Greek mythology and everything like that, and Amazons, and I was just a bit over it. So I think, unfortunately, I'm going to drop this series after this issue. I'm just not liking it that much anymore. I don't want to be picking up a series that I don't enjoy. Next issue I have, we've got 2 event series that are going on at the moment, or kind of like ending. This is Dark Knight's Metal, issue number 5. This has been a really good series so far. All of the prequels have been a lot of fun and really interesting to read about all the different Dark Knights. This will be the finale of this series, which I'm very excited about. It has been a really good ride, a very intense ride, but I'm kind of glad that it's coming to a close, because I swear to God, I've got like literally 20 to 30 issues of this series, you know, prequels, you know, spin-offs, all that kind of stuff. I've got so much things, and I kind of want it to be wrapped up. So the story is just, you know, but I feel like there's so much more potential for this story. It's so big, and maybe they didn't realize how big the event was going to be, because I feel like it could go much further. But I'm really excited to read this and find out what happens in it, because I haven't read it yet. But I am up to date with issue number 4. And so far I've been loving it. She's been so good. Next issue I have is Doomsday Clock, issue number 3. Now, I have not been overly loving this series. Issue number 1 and 2 for me were a little bit Issue number 2 towards the end got a little bit more interesting, so I thought, okay, I'm going to, you know, keep on this series. When Rorschach and Ozymandias come into the actual world of DC, it gets a little bit more exciting, and Rorschach, meaning Batman, is just insane. Although I do have a little bit of frustration about that, because I feel like Rorschach got into Batman's cave very easily. Like, it can't be that easy to just be like, there we go. I mean, I know Rorschach is amazingly talented and a very skilled detective in his own right, but it shouldn't have been that easy for him to get in. It just seems a little bit far-fetched, but still absolutely love their meeting, and I'm looking forward to reading this one and seeing a lot more dialogue between the two, because it's been a long awaited event for Rorschach to meet Batman. Really looking forward to reading this issue, and I'm really praying that it gets a lot better now that they're in the actual DC world. Next book I have has been one of my favorite DC titles in a very long time, and that is Mystic U, issue number 2. I really love this series. I'll give it 5 out of 5. It's all about Zatanna and her powers and everything revolving around her, supernatural things in the DC Comics universe. I absolutely love Zatanna. I haven't talked about her a lot on this channel, but she is definitely up there. I absolutely love witches, witchcraft, magic, all that kind of supernatural stuff, so she's definitely up my alley, and I am very, very, very excited that this series exists and features her. So if you want to read more about a badass female character that has magical powers, this is definitely a series for you. It's also a little bit of a hippie young series as well, so if you don't want to get into like the heavy gritty stuff that sometimes Superman and Batman bring, this is a really fun series because it's basically about her being in school and learning her powers, and she goes to like this magical Hogwarts kind of place, and it is very fun. So highly suggest picking this one up. It is great. The last issue in my DC Comics pile is Raven, issue number 1, Daughter of Darkness. Now, I have talked recently about DC Comics releasing a Raven series, and it was fantastic from the beginning, really dropped at the end and just made her seem like a very subpar character. So I wanted to give her another chance in this series because it just looks amazing, and I really like the character of Raven. She's dark, she's got a demonic side. I really wanted to try this series. I haven't actually read it yet, but it is a 12-issue miniseries, and I'm looking forward to seeing if they really kind of go above and beyond with her character, because I think she deserves a lot more love. So I'm really glad that they brought this one out. So moving into Marvel, one book. As you guys know, the only Marvel book I'm really collecting is Venom. So this is Venom issue number 160, and with the Venom series at the moment, I'm getting very confused because I'm not reading any other Marvel series. I don't really understand what's happening in the whole Venom Incorporated thing. So obviously it's something that's happening in different series and stuff. So I was very confused about what the hell was going on. So I'm hoping to kind of read up on it a little bit so that I'm a little bit across it, because I don't really want to go out and buy all these extra issues when I'm not following a series. So I've kind of just left it for a little bit so I can go like research what the hell's going on. Or if you guys want to tell me in the comments, that would be really useful as well. So this is Venom issue number 160. Moving into independent comics, I only have 2 independent comics. Like, it's pretty crazy. I feel like maybe January wasn't like a massive month for comics, but I have LARK'S Killer issue number 5. This is an issue that I just picked up the first few issues just because it just sounded different and interesting. So I was like, probably won't like this, but I just tried it anyway, and it was fantastic. I really loved it. It's a very kind of medieval Skyrim-ish world that these people live in, and I'm finding it really good. I'm really glad that they have changed the artist, and I do really enjoy the story. The last issue I have is one from Zenoscope. I haven't picked up any kind of grim fairy tale ones in a while. I think the last one I picked up was like Cinderella serial killer or something like that. So my favorite Disney princess is Belle. So Belle from Beauty and the Beast. And this one was Belle Beast Hunter issue number 1, and I thought, oh my god, I definitely have to get this. So I have this issue. She looks fantastic. The art looks super awesome inside. I don't know if you can see Belle there on her motorbike looking all steampunky. Looks very cool, and I'm very excited to read Belle being a badass, because I feel like she is. If she just had a little bit of fighting training, I'm sure she could be a beast hunter. So that is all my comics for January, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. Let me know what your favorite comics of the month were, or your favorite series of the month. Do so by leaving me a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. That would be so amazing. And please subscribe to the channel if you have not already and you really like geeky stuff, because I do a lot of geeky videos on here. Also, if you'd like, please follow me on all my social media. I have Twitter, I have Instagram, I have Goodreads. All of those are in the description below, so feel free to follow me on any of those. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Goodbye.